we would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we work and create, the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people. We pay our respects to elders past and present. We acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. This was, and always will be, Aboriginal land.
Welcome to Ariadne. Before we take you into the labyrinth, please ensure you have found a comfortable spot and have headphones on. From this point on, you do not have to look at your screen. Seven steps to the left. What happens next? Tailed body in spiral. This labyrinth is a maze. The only way out is from within. Enter with caution. Clear your thoughts. Remember who you were. Follow the red thread.
Ariadne, wake up. Ariadne, ξύπνα.
Μίασμα η σκέψη. Η ψυχή μου πονάει και μπρος μου δεν βλέπω φως. Κάθε ανάσα η ίδια με την προηγούμενη. I'm looking at my past. Every day that passes seems like the one before it, not a glimpse. But tonight, I'm free. Just not yet.
Map. 7 steps forward. 7 left. Tilt body. Continue. Follow the red thread in labyrinth. It will lead you in so you can find the out. Exit through within. The key is at the center. Follow. Trust. 1 more step forward.
I must choose my own future. Time is passing and soon it will be my past. I have drunk every last breath from my past futures. I must weave this one. Welcome to my grave. Listen, but do not touch. I exist. Just not here. I will just like I did. In a second. 1 more breath. 1 more moment to analyze. My thoughts are tangled.
Ariadne, wake up. Do you know who you are?
No one knows the true story. Because I never told it. I have not spoken yet. I know so much more than what they think.
And are you satisfied with that?
I will tell you once I'm dead. They will remember me once I cease to occupy their space.
You are known for so much already, my princess.
Can I be remembered as Ariadne? Ariadne. Nothing more, nothing less. I wish to be remembered by my name.
But you are so much more than that.
A daughter.
Whose?
A princess.
Whose?
A sister.
Whose?
The sister.
Whose?
Remember where you come from.
I will not be remembered as someone else's. I am trapped. I need to arrange my thoughts, one by one, meaning, order. I want to know the answer. Where do I go from here? What will they remember me by? Ticking clocks. Here, my thoughts. Clogged my brain, tugged up in cloth, cloaked in red. Scorching my soul, washed to the shore. Alone. I'm free. Just not yet. Tracing back my footsteps, facing again my missteps, racing back afloat, revisiting, rethinking, reclaiming, retracing. My plan needs to be sound. My heart is pulsing across the I pull it close, I breathe in silence.
Follow the map.
In means out. Right comes after left. Across means in the spiral. Near is for happy thoughts. I will reach the destination once I know what I am looking for. Before will be the past. Next will be my present. Silence.
You need to make up your mind. Will you stay?
Όχι.
If you go, you cannot look back.
Θέλω να φύγω.
There is no return, only out.
To escape, you must plan. Trace your brain. Ask your thoughts. Look deep. The only way out is in.
Tracing. 7 steps to the left. Follow the red thread. What happens next?
Continue to the right. Twist body inward. You can escape from within. Follow the red thread.
I want to know where this leads to. When? I am running out of time. I need to figure out my future before it's my past. Let me trace my steps.
You will only know the answer when you have gone through the journey. What are you looking for?
Silence!
We can help you, Ariadne. Just tell us how.
I need to make up my mind.
Don't you like your home?
Αυτός είναι ο τόπος μου. Αλλά είμαι ήδη ξεριζωμένη. No one knows the true story. Because I never told it. I have not spoken yet.
Then speak.
We must start from the entrance. We enter the labyrinth. The red thread will always guide us out.
Περπάτα αριστερά. Γίνα το σώμα προς τα μέσα. Η έξοδος είναι από μέσα. Ακολούθα την κλωστή.
I know every inch of this place. Every step I make, I've made before. I am the only one that knows how to get out.
7 βήματα αριστερά. Συνέχισε, Αριάδνη. Μη σταματάς. Άκου.
When I was young, I used to dance in this labyrinth. Dad said every inch of the labyrinth belonged to me. I would be its mistress with the key. The entrance is a part where everyone finds themselves. Not many go through the coils, and no one knows the inner bits of the folds. Apart from my brother.
Don't let them say otherwise.
No one has found the key to exit. I know where it is. Yet I have never passed through.
You shall.
When?
When you choose the path.
Το ξέρω καλύτερα από όλους. Καλύτερα από το δέδαλο. Κάθε πτυχή, κάθε σπιθαμή, κάθε στροφή, σαν το χορό μου.
The entrance is bright. You can feel the sun in your eyes. You can smell the vines and the grapes. You can feel the breeze of the sea. Μπορείς να δεις τις κόρες με τις μπούκλες.
Do you remember the dance?
In the distant past, centuries ago.
The dance is lost. Not even the Yayadas of Crete remember.
Minoan women used to dance the crane dance in formation. Γερανός. ο χορός της Αριάδνης.
It was lost because of the war.
Which one?
Does it matter? They will not remember this dance in centuries ahead. It was stripped, erased, washed off. We have no memory of our past.
In books, not brains.
In books, not bodies.
On the shield of Achillea, you can see the formation.
One dances in front, and the rest in V formation, like cranes.
I can picture their hands imitating the movement of cranes, the preparation before the flight.
Look up, Ariadne. Prepare your wings. Lift your hands and touch the sky. Breathe.
Dancing in loops.
One for each loop of the labyrinth.
7. Like the tributes.
The 7 and the other 7.
How many deaths justify the killing of one?
We must start from the beginning.
My father is King Minos, and my mother is Queen Pasiphae of Crete. My brothers, Androgeos, Deukalionas, Glafkos, Minotavros, Katreas, and sisters, Akali, Phaedra, Xenodike. I once fell in love with Theseus, the prince from Athens. My ending is already set.
Ξερίζομενη περπατώ, χωρίς να ξέρω που πατώ, και νιώθω πως μόνη προχωράω, χωρίς να ξέρω που πατάω.
Our ending is up to us. No mira, no peppermint. We choose. We'll weave our future from our past, or from what has survived. There are many endings. Choose.
Χωρίς
Remember what
κατεύθυνση,
Daedalus said.
χωρίς κουπί, με βαστάει ένα σκηνή.
Washed to the shore, white as froth, white as foam of waves crashing, white as clouds, white tears and white lies, a white cloak. Let me out!
History repeats itself.
Ariadne, wake up. Ariadne, ξύπνα.
A never-ending loop.
Breathe.
I come from the land of Crete, the palace of Knossos, where my father sits on the throne to rule and avenge my brother who was slain in Athens. Every 7 years, 7 boys and 7 girls travel from Athens to be sacrificed to my brother, the Minotaur, trapped in the labyrinth that I hold the key to, yet have never owned. No one knows the way out but me. No one has figured it out yet. Every time I watch them die, every time I obey, I look away.
Till you spared one.
Ήσυχα, όλα γίναν ήσυχα. Με πήρε ξάφνου απ' το χέρι και περπατήσαμε ήσυχα. Στροβιλίστηκε ο αέρας και η νύχτα λούστηκε με αστέρια. Ήσυχα ένα βράδυ τριγύρισα πριν προλάβει να χαράξει. Τυλίξω αέρα στο κουβάρι, γεμίσω μύτος κόμπους, πετάξα αλλού σε κάπους και χάθη κλωστή.
The first time I saw him, he arrived from Athens. He walked with pride. The rest of the tributes behind him. Mother said that a prince would arrive. From the minute he stepped on land, we knew it was him. He was Theseus. The night before the entrance, I gave him 2 weapons, a knife, and the deadliest, the thread. We talked. We danced.
At night, there is silence. At night, you can talk for hours and feel as if you have been talking for a lifetime. Ζωή δεν είναι να ξυπνάς και να κοιμάσαι πάλι. Ζωή είναι να είσαι ξυπνητός, όταν κοιμούνται οι άλλοι.
His white cloak was bright under the moon. He smiled.
Betrayed by the light. Betrayed by the white.
I remembered the story that Xenodiki would tell me at night. The story of how the Minotaur came to be. She said that our mother was the daughter of Ilios, the sun. She was bright as her father and beautiful as her mother, the nymph. Poseidonas cursed her and sent a white bull to her.
She gave birth to the Minotaur, half human, half bull.
A blessing and a curse for Crete, locked away to hide the shame.
History repeats itself.
Xenodiki talked about the women before. Our grandmother, Evropi, mother of our father, playing in the fields with her friends until another white bull came to her. This time it was Zeus transformed into a bull to abduct her.
She also bore children.
Trickery drenched in white.
History repeats herself.
Θησέας, γιος του Αιγαία, βασιλιά της Αθήνας. Ο Θησέας επέλεξε τη δικιά του μοίρα. Theseus volunteered. He chose. His father, Aegeus, king of Athens, complied.
Ekeiria!
Peace for Athens and Crete. After the war, after the plague that Zeus brought upon them, where they died by the thousands trapped like mice within the walls of the city, few survived. Athens would never be the same. Ekeiria, a mutual agreement. 7 girls and 7 boys would be sacrificed.
For Athens!
For Crete!
Yati Crete!
For peace!
7 girls and 7 boys. 7 loops of the labyrinth. 7 last breaths until the final. Until the next cycle. The following year.
Did you ever love him?
Does it matter? If I say yes, I am deemed as the abandoned, the one that was taken advantage of.
Did you think he would make it?
Daedalus once told me my father searched everywhere to find him, to find someone to build the labyrinth. No architect could pass the test that my father created. No one could solve the riddle.
Pass a thread through a shell without opening it.
Impossible.
Daedalus tied the thread around an ant, and the ant found its way within, scourged through.
Our minds are our greatest weapons. The how is the problem and the solution.
He told me that anyone can exit, but the only one that can find the out is the one that can think. The one that will not go mad. The one that holds the key.
The red thread. Nous υγιείς. No tangled thoughts. The body will follow.
What about Theseus?
I gave him the key. All he had to do was follow. Invade.
Invade the sacred space, like other invaders in the future, invading spaces, invading bodies.
Theseus is part of the plan, he just doesn't know it yet.
But what if he takes you with him to Athens? What if he doesn't abandon you?
He will.
Just wait and see. His glory and pride are above everyone.
He will betray me like my father did.
Like his father did, and the one before him.
My voice means betrayal.
My actions mean betrayal. For love?
For freedom. Eleftheria.
Why did you help Theseus?
He killed your brother.
Killed the Minotaur?
He ceased to exist.
Because of you.
Because you gave him the clue.
He would have never figured it out without you.
Like a mouse in a hole. Follow the red thread. Follow the yellow brick road.
Kill the beast.
For Athens. For pride.
Why, Ariadne? Why would you help him? Why would you betray your own blood, your family, your land? For whom?
For me! I did it for me! To stop the sickness from within. This is madness, and all I could do was watch in silence. I had the muzzle, no words, no breath, like a puppet. This stillness is halting. Apathy.
But did you love him?
I did. He was my white bull. The thing is, I am not sure I loved him for him, or because he was other, foreign. He was from out there, and I was from here. I've only ever been here.
After my brother Androgeos died in Athens, my father hardened. I never knew him before.
I remember the first 7 boys and 7 girls I saw die. I remember the preparations before that day. The stories seemed like legends.
Myths shared from mothers to daughters.
I never thought they were truly real until the first ship arrived. The harvest had just ended. We bathed and dressed in white. We waited in line. Phaedra was next to me, and so was Xenodike that held my hand. Phaedra told me not to cry.
Not one tear shed. Stand up with pride.
I asked her if they would survive.
Xenodike replied,
I hope they do not. For that we may go to war.
I asked why.
Power.
And justice.
For our brother. I counted the boys and girls, remembered their names. I promised I would remember them. I have not kept that promise. Όχι. I used to imagine how their parents felt. Did they harden like my father? Did they become apathetic like my mother? I don't know which is worse. I have been staring at these walls for centuries. Locked outside, banned from entering, from finding the exit while the invaders enter.
There is no such simple thing as an exit, Ariadne. You don't get to walk away. You can't erase. You carry your past like a clue around your neck. It digs in your skin. It suffocates you.
I used to stare at these walls. I used to dream of something else. A different father, a different mother, one that listened, one that cared. I need to make up my mind. Where do I go?
If you follow him, he will abandon you.
If you stay here, you have betrayed your family. You have betrayed your land. Why did you help him? Why did you lead him in? You gave him the thread and you gave him the knife.
I thought that would set me free. I could go on his ship. No one else could take me away. They all recognize me. No one in their right mind would allow me to step on their ship and defy my father. I feel as if I've stepped on the flowers I nurtured. As if I stole from the hand that fed me. As if I placed one hand on my brother's lips and the other one on his nose and forgot to remove them. I killed him.
Where can I go after this? Who am I? Who will I be if you are gone? Your stories will die with you.
Νιώθω σαν ξεριζωμένο δέντρο, σαν να μου έχεις πάρει την ρίζα, την έχεις σηκώσει και την έχεις διαγράψει. Προσπαθώ να σταθώ, αλλά δεν μπορώ.
Νιώθω σαν να είμαι κούφια, κενή.
Σαν να μην ξέρω από πού είμαι, από πού έρχομαι και πού θα πάω.
Πώς θα πάω χωρίς εσένα? Ποιος θα πει την ιστορία σου? Με πονάει τόσο αυτό. Δεν ξέρω ποιος θα την πει. Δεν θέλω να σε ξεχάσουν. Μακάρι να ήξερα παραπάνω για σένα. Παραπάνω για μένα.
He had to die.
Why?
The Minotaur was...
My brother.
He was also a monster.
Trapped, caged from anyone and for everyone. He was a prized possession of my father to torment others, to intimidate, to control.
For power. He was killed for power, nothing else.
I enabled. I allowed.
You ended what should not have begun.
Remember the white bulls.
My hands are drenched in red. Look! My hands are stained.
What should I do?
You will only know once it's done.
Αδερφέ μου, συγχώρεσέ με.
No need to ask for forgiveness. He cannot hear you anymore.
Your voices are eating my brain, scorching it. You are scratching my thoughts, tangling them. I want a straight line. I want silence. I am the monster! I was the Minotaur. All along, not him. Not my brother. I killed him. I did! I've done.
It is done.
My heart is pulsing across the room. I pull it close. I breathe in chaos. My heart is pulsing across the room. I pull it close. I breathe in chaos. My heart is pulsing across the room. I pull it close. I breathe in chaos. I breathe in chaos. I breathe in chaos.
Silence!
Theseus entered the labyrinth yesterday. Ariadne signed her future the day before. Tomorrow, he sails for Athens. The king is filled with rage. Queen Pasiphae mourns.
The other mothers also mourn their children. The 7 and the other 7 and the 7 before them. No one remembers their names.
Theseus is parading with the head.
I killed the beast. I figured out the labyrinth.
I did.
Ξεριζωμένη περπατώ, χωρίς να ξέρω που πατώ, και νιώθω πως μόνη προχωράω, χωρίς να ξέρω που πατάω.
I solved the riddle. For Athens!
Χωρίς κατεύθυνση, χωρίς κουπί, με βαστάει ένα σκηνή.
He has betrayed me even before he will abandon me, Naxos.
Από το χέρι και περπατήσαμε ήσυχα, στροβιλιστή κι αέρας.
Why?
Και η νύχτα λούστηκε μαστέρια.
I do not understand.
Ήσυχα ένα βράδυ τριγύρισα, πριν προλάβει να χαράξει, τυλίξω αέρα στο κουβάρι, γεμίσω μύτος κόμπους, πετάξα αλλού σε κάμπους και χάθη κλωστή.
The story was set. He wrote the story. They will all remember him. Thousands of years later, all we remember is the parade, the Athenian prince, the king, and the murder.
The murder of one, not all. We forgot the 7 and the other 7 and those before. We forgot her. She solved the labyrinth. She was the only one that knew how to escape. She knew every wall, every crevice, every step. Until the mouse ate the cheese. Betrayal.
Why?
Don't you worry, Ariadne. The time will come when they'll remember your name. Not as the abandoned one, but as the one that solved.
I went too far in. I should have stayed behind.
Those that dare die.
You were not the first that tried to escape the labyrinth.
Like Icaros, the son of Daedalus, with his wings made of wax. Like you, he tried to escape. He flew too close to the sun.
I fell too deep in the hole I dug out. I am not the abandoned. I did it myself.
The silence is alighting.
What hurts me the most is that no one knows my story. How many times will I have to share it? The first time I utter it, the moments before, right before the first breath escapes your mouth, you realize that you will have to say this again and again. When will they believe me?
The words must escape your mouth in the same order.
If you make one mistake, you are a liar.
If you forget something, you are a liar.
If you refuse to say it again, you are a liar. You're a mean person. A crazy mean person, a liar, a bitch, a man-hater that wants to destroy a poor man's life.
Liar.
Liar.
Liar. You do everything to avoid being called that. On most days, you hate yourself. And then you are faced with utter rage, sheer hate.
Ζωή δεν είναι να ξυπνάς και να κοιμάσαι πάλι. Ζωή είναι να είσαι ξυπνητός. Όντε κοιμούνται οι άλλοι.
I'm afraid. I am afraid.
Of what?
I'm afraid that I will leave and I will no longer be of this place. I will no longer be Cretan. I'm afraid of the first step of not looking back. My heart is pulsing across the room. I pull it close. I breathe in chaos. I breathe in chaos.
Silence! Untangle your thoughts, Ariadne!
Solve the riddle. Choose the ending. Thank you for listening to Ariadne.
We would like to invite you to a farewell webinar Q&A. More information can be found on our website.
Remember to comment and share your thoughts with us.